Well,
No, I'm good.
okay. We're live now. Hello
Yay.
from LA.
Hello.
How are you?
Okay, see, I can't see the comments.
Okay, and it's because it's on your phone. You're not on your computer.
Okay, well, you'll just have to be my comment reader.
I promise to be your comment reader. And so yes, but welcome everyone.
Yay.
We're so excited, or I'm a little bit excited. So we have the fabulous Mandy Davis, MUA. And we're gonna get ready together and do dual get ready. And I want to look like Mandy. I don't know about you guys,
She
but
said that all the time. I'm like,
I know, but I feel like we do. Or at least I know I'm not the only one, but I'm like, ooh, I want to know what she's doing. So just it's a pleasure to be able to do this with you.
Wow.
You guys, we're a little bit silly when we get together.
It's never a hardship to be with Abby at all. And I told her, I was like, I don't know how much I'm going to teach you, but I know she wanted to use her new baby, the Viseart Neutral Mattes, which is, if you can tell, not new to me. Mine's well loved.
Mine's fresh, but this is like exciting. Hi, pretty ladies. Yeah, who does exactly, Stephanie? Stephanie says, who doesn't want to look like Mandy? I agree. That's what. But anyways, I was so excited because as we were just saying, we feel like the matte eye looks look very chic, and I always feel like on myself that I look a teeny bit flat when I wear them, but I want to look chic like that. So,
well, and I was telling her, like, I don't do them as much as I should, because every time I do an all matte look, I'm like, oh man, I love this so much. And I told her, I said, that's the one I get the compliments on the most, when it's all matte, but I don't do it, but like 10 to 15% of the time. I always reach for the shimmer for some reason, but I do love an all matte look. So that's what we're going to do today.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
Do you want to start out with face or eyes? What do you normally start out with?
I'm going to go with whatever you do. I tend to do, what do you actually, as an expert, do you do eyes first?
Well, on clients, I always do eyes first.
Yeah.
But but with myself, I like to do at least a little bit of the skin first, because when I do only eyes first, sometimes I feel like it makes me look super tired, and I get like depressed halfway through, and I'm like, I don't look good. I don't want to finish this. And so it's just better. I say we just start out with a little bit of the face. Okay.
Yay!
So okay. I don't think Abby needs this, but I'm going to do it because my dark circles are always bad.
I don't have it, but I'm going to learn from you.
You don't need it, because you like have no, I mean, you didn't wear concealer for the longest time. I remember like when you used to not wear concealer, and I'm like, wow, that must be nice. So see, I want to be Abby too.
I probably needed it, but I just never, I didn't.
You really didn't, but
or powder. And then now I'm a true YouTuber because you guys have taught me well. Should I do this with my concealer though? Just start?
No, because I like to do concealer over foundation.
Okay.
Like I like to do the eyes after we do the foundation. So this, I probably honestly should have done before we got on camera, but this is my Clinique airbrush. This is technically a concealer, but I had someone comment on a video a while ago telling me that I need to try it as a corrector. It's in the color Light Honey, and it's so good. Yes, it is so good as a corrector.
Okay, so you guys. So far, we're all going to be getting Clinique Light Honey as a. I'm not doing that one because I don't have that. I don't know if I.
Well, and honestly, Abby, that's all you would need. I mean, you see, it took away a lot of my darkness because it has a slight peachy undertone, which helps correct. But it's like a light coverage. So you have not having under eye circles and not needing a ton of concealer, you would like just that.
Well, I feel like I have them, but thank you. I still, I like to go buy stuff. So,
well, there you go. Go buy that because that's fabulous.
Okay.
All right, now we're gonna do foundation. So
okay. Woo!
All right, so we went back and forth on what to use, and I don't think, have you ever mixed these together, Abby?
I have before maybe watching you, but then I
Okay.
forget about it. So I'm excited because I do like both of these products.
Yes.
And so I'm
So
okay.
I know Abby is like a Chanel person, right? I think we all know that. I'm going to put my hair back. In fact, I don't think I became as big of a Chanel person as I am now until Abby. So thanks for that.
You guys, but remember, this is from my mama. So
Yes.
it just has a little like, you know, so, but I'm glad, but I do remember you being like, okay, tell me about
Mhm.
this. And I was like, you're not?
And then it was just a rabbit hole from then on. So we're going to take the Ultra Latant foundation. What shade are you in, Abby?
I'm in actually BR32.
Oh, I'm in B30. Are you darker than me?
Well, no, and this is funny because this has been matched to me from the professional who came into town.
Yeah,
Hi.
I remember that. I remember when you got
And
here.
like it's partly because I am very rosy on my neck. And so we were going back and forth between B20, B30, and this one actually is more neutral, I think, in the
Isn't
Chanel.
BR more neutral than
Yeah,
the
BR,
B's?
it
Okay.
says it's rosy, but you guys, to be honest, I really like the BR32. So actually, I want to see what yours like. So we're gonna
Okay.
do this.
So I am B30, and then we're going to take our Le Beige Sheer Healthy Glow highlighting fluid.
Yee!
And I'm in Sunkissed. That's what you have, right?
I'm in Sunkissed too.
Yeah.
And I
So
want that rosy pearl, but it's sold out. But and also it's summer. So okay. Ooh.
yeah,
Okay.
so that's the B30. So I take like 1.5 to 2 pumps, and then I'll take like half a pump to a pump of the Sunkissed and mix that together. I love the Sunkissed. I love it mixed. Honestly, I'm contemplating getting another one and putting it in my kit because
I
it
think that it's
mixes so well with everything.
so pretty. I used it yesterday when you were I had to
Telling you
try
about it. Yeah.
it. I was like, because I think I've just used it like sun-kissed and then did it. I like the mixing.
The mixing. I love mixing foundations. It's my
Hi,
favorite.
everybody.
And y'all, I can't see the chat. So if I click chat, I can see.
Okay. But
And then
then
I
you
have to click out to get back to us. So if I don't respond to something directed at me, I'm not ignoring you. I promise.
yeah, you guys, geez, but everybody, hello, Stephanie, Linda, Ann, Rising Sun, Crystal, Prof M. We love all you guys. Okay, you're using a brush.
I'm using a brush. I was going to ask what you were using.
I'm gonna use a brush too, because you do. I do use beauty blender.
A beauty blender. I have gotten away from a beauty blender. I have no idea why. I haven't gotten away from it on my clients. I use like throwaway ones on them because y'all don't ever trust a makeup artist that uses the same sponge on you as they used on someone else.
Oh.
And say, oh, well, I cleaned it. You cannot properly sanitize a sponge in between people. But anyways, I still love it and use it on clients, but I just don't even use it for my under eyes anymore.
Okay, good. Well, no, I can, and you know what? I'm using that new Hourglass brush, and it's really good.
Because I have 500 brushes right in front of me. Literally, I mean, I feel like at least every week I give my kids like 5 or 6 brushes, and they just keep multiplying. They're having babies on my vanity or something. I'm like, that's the last thing I need.
You look so pretty and glowy. Okay, you guys, I want to say hi, Debbie, Hannah, Shannon. Welcome, welcome.
Hey, everybody.
Oh, we're doing our little combo. And this is we all want to look like Mandy show today. It's very true. Okay.
So taking all the way down my neck. And if you have your hair up, be sure and get your ears.
Oh,
don't forget that, especially if you're getting your makeup or if you're getting your picture taken. If you're going to an event, and even if you don't start out with your hair up, if you think, oh, I might like pull it back throughout the night and somebody might take my picture, don't forget your ears.
I want to get
because they will stand out if they're not covered.
And I'm using like the combination because I feel like this one although I like it, I usually use it on special events. And so
well,
I
because
like
it's super long lasting, right?
Yeah.
Like really long, but it's more matte compared to other
Yes.
Chanel foundations. So that's why I like to, there's a time and a place for a matte, but I love using matte foundations for longevity and then adding either another more luminous foundation in with it or adding illuminator.
I love it. I'm using the new Hourglass, what's the name of the the soft ambient foundation brush. It just launched and I have to say, love it.
Well, that looks good for under the eyes too. I like the angle.
It's good, but that's what I'm using. Okay. Hi, Kelly Melrose. Kelly Smith says, hi, Mandy.
Hi guys. Sorry. If you just came in here, I can't see the comments that well. And they're working on our barn. It has been such a thing. And I may have to go put Zeus up here in a minute. Every time he sees someone.
It's live. We get it. Also, I don't think my mail's come, so you're probably going to hear Satchmo go bonkers. So we're in the same boat.
All right, let's do some concealer. Yeah. So the one that Abby and I both love and have is the Kosas Revealer Concealer. I feel like this has been in my top 5 concealers ever since it launched.
Yep.
I remember I did a video just on this as a review, like right after it launched. Yeah. And have been loving it ever since. I just feel like it's very hydrating
and this is like what my daughter just uses on her face. Like
it's so good. So that's the thing.
It looks so pretty on like, hi, Angela. It looks like I always am like, what do you do with your skin? I mean, I know she is also 19, but you know how you're like, it's really glowy. And she's like, she only uses this.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to use 4.5 in for under my eyes, but I have 5 for my face. Like if I just want to use it as foundation, because it's so pretty as all over.
I'm clearly in the wrong. I'm 2.5.
But you're young. But here's the thing. 2 things. You're a little bit lighter than me. And I feel like you like to go brighter under your eyes than I do. I do not like bright under eyes on me. Yes. I just don't feel like, so I like my concealer to be my skin to basically match my foundation. So how do you, okay, in the middle, I just like to put 3 dots.
I'm just trying to do what you do because you know I'm not the best at concealer. Ooh, okay, we're going to do a little.
I don't do the whole like in between my forehead and my Cupid's bow and all that.
As I said, I want to look like Mandy, so I'm doing it.
I do the nose for some reason. I really like doing the nose.
Use a brush, the same one or different?
Yeah. So I'm using this is the old Sephora Pro foundation brush, but it's very similar to the Hourglass. See how it's got like the
that angled, because this looks so good.
So yeah, and I think that Hourglass brush looks good for that. And I just like to press it in. If you swipe it, you're gonna take some of the coverage from in here. So so just kind of like stipple it in. That's my favorite word for makeup. Stipple. That's what I do for everything. Stipple.
Okay, stipple.
Mm-hmm. And get up into this inner corner because that's where most of our darkness is.
Yeah.
And then stipple away, and even like on the nose, I kind of just press in.
See, it's brighter.
Brighter than what? Mine or
no. I'm just saying I've learned to like concealer because I finally like it. But to be honest, if you're a little bit older, never like too much product underneath the eyeball can instantly age a million years. But I like Kosas because it's so hydrating.
And it is so hydrating. That I like the if you want a hydrating. Like if you have severe dry under eyes, the Say Hydra Beam concealer, nothing I have tried is more hydrating. Honestly, when I first used it, I was like, I don't like it. In fact, I used it like on camera for like playing with new makeup or something. And I was like, this is way too luminous. I got the wrong color, so that didn't work. And I'm like, I just don't like it. Well, because
that's the one we were going to use, but I didn't realize I couldn't just run and get it. And so I was laughing because I'm going to order it today. And so wait, what color you said was wrong?
I have HB3 and it works, but it's not the one that if I would have seen them in store that I would have chosen. It's a little bit darker. but it is it's less coverage than the Kosas. So
but it's bright,
but it's super hydrating and wears so good throughout the day. Like no crunching, cracking, creasing, nothing.
And Angela says, have you tried the Ilia Serum Concealer? That's
a long time ago. It's been a long time. I honestly need to get it again because, well, no, I don't need to get it again. I have so many flipping concealers, but yeah,
she's like, we're getting it. Okay, then which powder are you doing? Powder underneath?
Okay, here's the thing. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna finish the cream.
Okay.
And then we are gonna let it all sink in before we powder, and we're gonna do the eyes.
But see, you already look like a glowy goddess, and I'm just kidding.
And what? You look like the desert? You look fabulous. Stop it.
Okay, let's do some cream, lady.
Okay. The only other, I said all the cream stuff, but our highlights cream, but we're going to do that at the very end. But this.
Yes.
Okay. So this is the first impression for me. I have not used this yet.
I love these. And so I think you're going to like, I think so. Yeah.
I got it because I knew you liked it and I really like this color. This is a Victoria Beckham Cheeky Posh cream blushes. And I got Knickers. That's what we're going to use. Knickers.
And I hope I'm reading mine right, you guys. I know it's embarrassing. Yeah, this is Knickers.
Okay. Which I think is so funny.
Okay, and then you use a brush.
Well, no, but I was going to ask you, how do you like to apply your cream blush?
Well, actually, that's a good question because I tend to like go boop, boop, boop for no reason. And then I just use a brush. So I should just use the brush.
Well, it's fine. There's no right or wrong way. But I feel like there's less disruption of the foundation underneath if you take it directly from the product with a brush versus striping it on the face, because then you're messing with that foundation underneath and then going to blend it out. I feel like you use more product that way too. So you save product using it the other way. So what brush are you using?
I'm going to use my It Cosmetics Heavenly.
I
learned about this from you like eons ago.
It wasn't like,
you need it. And I was like, I'm getting it.
I love it. It's such a good, I have like 10 of them in my kit. Okay. This is the Royal and Langnickel Omnia BOM 105 brush. This is the one I get asked about, 185, sorry, the most on my channel. And it's technically a foundation brush. Yeah. But it's my favorite for cream blush because it's super dense.
I was going to say it looks so good.
It's so dense. It's so good. It's like $20. So
yay.
You can't get better than that.
And Jill made it.
Hey.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to take that brush and just lightly, because this is a little bit of a skinnier stick, so I don't want to break anything off. But you can really like saturate the brush. Okay. And then what I like to do is take it and just dab it on the inside of my hand like that. That gets the first initial, like too much product. It gets it off of that. I like to start up here. So almost basically at my hairline. And again, just stipple all the way down. I tend to take cream blushes. Like if this was a powder blush, and do not ask me why. I don't really have a logical reason for this. But if this were a powder brush, I would probably stop it like right here. But cream blush, I take all the way almost to my nose.
People say that's the way to make you look really, like, you know, really livens up your skin. Yeah. Like I feel like people go boop all the.
Yeah. If you want that really sun-kissed look, you can definitely, like I had a bride last month? Yeah. She did not want any bronzer. She just wanted blush, and she wanted a lot of blush. So we basically went all over her nose. We made like a W on her face, and I probably went back and forth 6 times.
Well, who wouldn't want bronzer?
She did not. She wanted no bronzer. She wanted fake freckles and a ton of blush. So that's what we did. So anyways, I really like this color. You were right.
I knew you would like. Today, I actually am getting the new one in Fame is going to show up. So I'll let you know. But
what does that look like?
It's going to be in the more neutral. I think it's neutrally.
Like a bronzer shade.
What's that?
Like a bronzer shade.
Kind of. I thought I have to see it in person. It just was, and then we're getting a question about how we feel about talc and powder products.
Okay. I may be in the minority on this, but I don't have an issue at all with talc and powder products. I think when you're talking about makeup, you're not inhaling your makeup. Okay. Now, and I know people will say, well, sometimes, it gets in the air and you breathe it in. That is very, 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 very minimal.
Yeah.
And you're not inhaling it. You're not ingesting it. You're not putting it in places that you may not want to put it.
Unless you're doing something weird with your
right. That's when maybe it would become a little like, oh, maybe not, but you're not. So I have no issue. And very, 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 I know Johnson & Johnson went through that whole thing with their baby powder, but most companies are pretty, they're pretty good about testing for like asbestos, and which is what you want to worry about anyways. So I don't have an issue with it. There are plenty of talc-free powders that are good on the market, but I don't go out of my way to find them.
And I'm sure the damage is already done for me because I did use baby powder.
That's the thing. I did with both of my kids, and mine are 13 and I did. I'm like, soak that stuff up.
I know.
I'm maybe not I'm not that, I don't worry about stuff like that. So maybe I'm not the type of person to ask, but it's not on the forefront of my mind. I don't think it's something that, now I will say, if you don't like a super matte powder, then I would look for something talc free.
Yeah.
Because talc does tend to soak up more and leave a more matte finish. So, in that case, you might want to look for something talc free.
Hi, Leslie. Yeah, she's saying that Not So Pretty has a lot of good info. I have that book, and so
And sometimes you also have to think about like the source of information, because a lot of times people are getting paid by other people that want them to say certain things, and because a lot of people are very big into like EWG and that kind of things, and you have to think about who's putting money in their pockets and why they're saying what they're saying, so like I have to think about that too. I have a different way of processing things, but that's just my opinion.
I love it.
Okay, so now I want to let everything sink in. I'm going to get those creases under my eyes. I'm going to let the concealer do its thing. And then by the time we go back to powder it, everything will be nice and warmed up on the skin. So we're going to start on the eyes.
Should I put more blush on, or I'm good?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, go ahead. Yes, tell me.
So we're going to use, I'll tell you what I told Abby.
I'm so excited.
We went live. I know. This has been one of my favorite palettes for years, as you can see. I use this in my kit. I use this on myself. Viseart can do no wrong, in my opinion, on their shadows, especially their matte formulation. Now, they are a drier formula.
Yeah.
Okay, so what that means is that there's not going to be kick up. I really don't get much kick up at all with these powders, this formula. It is maybe not going to be the very most pigmented thing you've ever put on your eyes.
Yeah.
At first. A lot of times it happens with drier formulations. I like that. It gives you more control.
Yes.
To me, they're easier to blend out because it's drier. So there's lots of reasons why I love this. Let me check the. I'm just looking at the. Okay. I was looking at the comments.
Good.
Okay. So can you tell what my favorite?
That's so funny because I was laughing. Mine's fresh, you guys, but I was laughing.
Look at how pretty hers is.
This is my favorite color. And I was like, oh, yay.
Yes. So I have hit pan in two of these, this one and this cream shade. We're going to use both. I'm not going to use every single color in this palette because that's not practical for an eye look. But I'm going to try to show you as many different ways and at least touch on how you can use almost all of them. So I was telling Abby, even in like clients and stuff and myself, even if I'm not going to use the rest of this palette, I love going in with this first peach shade in the crease.
And I'm using the exact same things as Mandy.
She's going to go along.
The exact same stuff as Mandy.
Yeah.
Okay.
So just a big fluffy brush. I'm using the Wayne Goss 16, but any fluffy brush will do. And there's lots of different sizes of fluffy brushes, but it's going to depend on your eye shape and eye size as to which ones you get. If you have bigger eyes, see I'm going right in that socket, and see how I'm kind of like going around in circles as I go from left to right. And that just kind of makes it blend itself. And this is the color where it doesn't matter if it gets on your lid. It doesn't even matter if it touches your brow, because it's going to end up being blended out.
And little circular.
Yep, just like that. See? And then you can, I've already gone in for like a second layer, but that's why I like these, because they're so buildable.
The color, and this is like hi guys, this is the perfect, yep, we're doing everyday look. This is like, you guys, I love that shade.
Yeah.
And it's so
pretty. And it's going to show up a little bit different on everybody, depending on your skin tone. It'll be peachier or warmer on some people. It'll be cooler on some people, lighter, darker. It just depends. So I went in with like, I don't know, probably three coats, you know, because we're painting our nails here, but you know what I mean? Like 3 layers is what I'm trying to say. Do we have any other questions? Because I can't look at it.
It's just saying nope. Someone's gonna order the palette now. And this is what it was funny, because I always reach out to Mandy to ask things. She's like, yes, get this one. Because I was like, you know how I feel about palettes, but
well, like, and to be fair, and you can tell them too, because sometimes we'll text each other and be like, do I need this? And we'll be like, no, we don't. You know, you don't waste your money. But this one,
and especially if one person tried the other, you know what I mean? I'll be like, no.
Yes. But this one, I was like, no, I would recommend everybody have this in their arsenal, even if you are a makeup minimalist and you don't want a ton of options. Buy this, and this could be truly the only matte shades that you have, and you would be fine, in my opinion. All right. Isn't that such a pretty color? I love it. It's so pretty.
And mine does. Yours looks peachier with your blue.
Yeah.
But I still like, I mean, I love this. This color is just perfection.
It really is. It really is. And I had remembered, like, I did I was doing like one of the get ready with me's on stories that I used to do way more than I do now. I need to get better at that. But I used this shade, and Viseart responded, and I was like, I need this in a single, because they they do have singles, and they were like, oh, it's coming. So I haven't checked back to see, but I need to see if I can find it in a single, because I need to replenish. It's going to be gone before any other shade.
Yay.
All right. Now, I guess somebody asked if this is going to be an everyday.
So they were saying create an everyday look, please.
Okay.
I feel like this is everyday.
It is everyday. And honestly, for me, I would do this in the crease, and I would take one of the darker shades as a liner, smudge something under my eye, like on the underneath, and be good to go. That would be my everyday. So this one it's so hard when somebody's like, can you do an everyday look? Because I'm not to the specific comment here, but just in general, because my everyday look could be way different than somebody else's everyday look, because I have no issues going to Kroger with a purple smoky eye. Like, I just don't, you know what I mean? But some people don't feel comfortable doing that. So this could be my everyday. It could be your going out, but
it doesn't look brown. It's a little bit, I would say, is it showing up cooler on my eye than yours?
It's showing up cooler on yours than it is mine, but it's a warm peach.
It's a warm peach.
Yeah.
It's a warm peach, but yeah, when I wear it, it shows up a little, like her blue eyes, like, boop, you know.
Right. Well, the warmth, anytime I put warm colors, like they show up more.
On I would say it's showing up neutral. It's slightly more brown, like tone, but yeah, a little bit cooler. It shows up.
And if you have like a darker skin tone, this is a really pretty lid color.
Oh yeah.
So, you know, because it's going to show up lighter. Okay, so now I'm going to go into, I number these. So like when I do clients, if I have a bridal trial or something and I use this palette, I'm like, number 7 in the outer corner. Like, so number 7, which is this color right here, basically. That is what I'm going to use in the outer corner.
Perfect.
And I like to do the outer corner most of the time before I do the lid.
And what brush are you using on your
I'm using the Refer number 2. So it's basically a flat shader brush.
Got it.
Something smaller and flat like that. Yes, it is the Viseart.
Yeah, this is the Viseart Neutral
Matte. Now they also have the Neutral Matte Malou. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty.
Yeah,
I should have brought
the
that
one you were telling me about.
It's so pretty. All right, so I'm going to take this. This is like a very warm brown. So you can see next to this like more orangey color how much warmth it has. It's definitely not cool against that. It's almost like a terracotta brown.
There. Yeah, I love this color. It's funny because when I've been playing with this, but this is my favorite. And then I was like it was, I'm glad.
Yeah, the one next to it is definitely more neutral. This is definitely more warm.
Yeah.
And what I like to do on the outer corner is I like to place my brush right at the edge of my lash line and then just lay it down and have that color that's there be my guide. Yep. And then you can take it up, and that's how far I'm going to want to go in. Now, obviously, if you use a bigger brush, you know, your guide's going to be a little bit bigger, but I like this kind of flat shader brush. And then I just kind of tap it in until the brush goes into my socket. See right there? Yep. Don't go above that. And then I just kind of like press it in to the outer corner. See?
That looks so good on you. Okay. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like where to put
just
the guide?
Place it and then don't go above, go right into the crease.
Yep, just right into that crease. Now, there's going to be times. Here's the thing. I want everybody to know, no matter what I say, does not mean it's a hard and fast rule. I say this all the time on my channel. There are no hard and fast rules with makeup. You do what you like to do, how you like to do it, and what makes you feel the best. And that's your rule. This is just how I like doing it.
And as you said, everybody's eye shape's going to be a little bit different. Yeah. And you can already see the colors look different on Mandy than, and you know, I have hazel green eyes. She has bright blue, like, yeah.
Well, and I'm going into the crease like this because I don't have hooded eyes. If you have hooded eyes, you're going to want to go above the crease a little bit, right? So this is just for my eye shape. The stamping is more for me, like just an easy way to see how far I want to go in.
Because I would say I do have hooded. Is that right?
A little bit. They're not as hooded as they could be, but they're a little bit. So you could definitely go above the crease if you find that when you open your eyes, you can't see that color. Then that's when you're going to want to start going, you know.
And people will be like, we can't see it because and I'm like, I know, but I like it. Like,
exactly. If that's the way you like it, then that's the way you do it. And then I'm just kind of, Lord have mercy. Well, I was taking that brush. I'll take another fluffy brush and just kind of blend it out. Let's check that.
Yay.
I love it. Robbie is sneaking on her phone in a meeting at work.
I know. That's what I love.
I love that.
And we'll leave you guys. You'll have that recording will be up. So don't worry.
Yes, it will. Okay. So do you feel like that was easy?
Yeah, but yours looks just lighter. Mine's anyway. Yeah.
It's just because of different eye shape. Okay. And we could have been using, your brush may have been bigger than mine.
I know. And I was laughing. I was like, I have that, but it's in the other room. So, but I'm getting it. I'm learning.
There you go. Okay. So I was talking to Abby about this color right here, which you can see is my second favorite shade. And what did you tell me about it? You said you felt like it was, did you say flat or remind me?
No, I think because I started with that one first and put it all over my eyeball and then went in and did the other. And so I kind of felt like by the end, it looked a little flat.
Well, because you probably have blended a lot of that away, right? That's why I like to do these two steps first. Okay. And then go in because that way you're going to get the most amount of pop. Now, to be fair, this is not like when you swatch it, it's not the most impactful color, right? No. But I was telling Abby a way that you could make this more impactful is to take a concealer. I'm actually going to use this one because it's a little bit lighter and less yellow than the Kosas. This is the Lancome Maki Complete. I honestly don't even know if they still make this anymore. Okay. But the only reason I'm using it is for the color, not the, you know, not the formula. So what I do is I take a little bit, and this is only if you feel like that lid color is not popping enough. Okay. So obviously it's not a step you have to do every day, and it truly is not one I do every day. But if I'm going to an event or somewhere where I really want it to pop, but I'm only doing mattes, I like to do this. And I take a tiny, tiny little brush. I don't know if they still make this, but if y'all can find it.
Is that I love those brushes.
It is the Real Techniques Insta Pop Crease Brush. And it's this tiny little, it's like a tiny version of that concealer brush that I used.
I have a refer one that might sort of similar. Okay.
Is that, yeah, I just don't want it to be too big because really we're only
big. Okay. I'm going to go
only putting it.
So you're doing concealer first.
Yep. Just a little bit of concealer, just right there in the, like where we want to put the, you know, the lighter color. And again, this is not something that has to be done every day, but see how much brighter that eye is than that. Yeah. So after I do that, while the concealer is a little tacky, before it's completely dried down, I'll go in with this white color or any light color. You could do it with one of the lighter peaches in the middle and press that on top of the concealer. To see how like that makes it super white. Whereas if I would have just gone straight in, it would not have had that kind of effect, which is fine if it's not what you want. But this is just a way to make it a little less flat because Abby had mentioned that. Can you tell a difference? Yeah. See how much brighter that is?
Yeah.
So I'm going to finish out the other eye. I can't see the comments, but
we haven't gotten a lot. They're being nice and letting us do the work. She's on her bike doing her Peloton.
Oh, I love it.
So yeah, much more definitely bam, I feel like.
It pops like way more. And this honestly does not it's not just for this palette. It's any matte shade you want to pop. It's any shimmer shade. If you watch my channel, you know how much I love like a base color. I love shimmer.
And I love
eye sticks. You know, like the eyeshadow sticks, Laura Mercier, Bobbi Brown, that kind of thing.
But that definitely, it doesn't look as
flat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it makes it pop more. And once you get that, like your mascara and stuff on, it's going to look even better. Okay. Wow. Did you find that 29? You didn't find the 29 brush, did you?
I found, I have my angled one, but I know I own it, so I laugh. But go ahead. I have one. Okay. I have something that I can.
This is one that I feel like every single person on the planet who wears eyeliner needs in their collection. And I don't say that for a lot of brushes. There's so many variations of brushes around.
Yeah.
This one though, I don't wear rarely. I don't want to say I don't, but maybe 2% of the time do I wear a pencil eyeliner. Most all the time, if I'm doing any kind of eyeliner, it is with eyeshadow. This is the Refer 29. I don't know if
I'm getting that today. And that's so funny because I know I have it in here somewhere. But
well, the second you pay for it, you'll find it.
Yeah.
But it's just, that's the way that happens to me all the time. So it is, oh, it's so pretty. Okay, it's just perfect. It's tiny. If you're someone who's like, I can't put on eyeliner because it, you know, I'm starting to get a little bit of crepey skin on the eyelid and it like can hop, you know, this is perfect because you literally stamp it on and it gets so close to the inner corner.
Are you going to stamp it on like that, or
I'm going to stamp it on just right on that lash line. We're going to tight line before I didn't tell
Okay.
you that, but we're
No,
going to
no,
talk
no,
before
no. Okay.
mascara.
And
All right.
Natalie has COVID, but she said this is a bright side she can be
Oh,
watching.
I hope
So
you're
we're so,
feeling okay.
yeah.
My aunt has COVID right now and stinks. Okay, so I'm taking this super dark brown. So
Yeah.
these are the two colors that I use most for liner. This one is more of a black, and this one is more of a brown. I most of the time prefer brown.
Okay.
Like a super dark
Softer.
brown. It's just not as harsh. So I'm going to take that and get really, really, really close. And just, again, kind of stipple it in. Just press it into that lash line. And I'm going to take it all the way in to that inner corner. Do you see what I did? So take it and then
and that one I could see, I could see, yeah, the Wayne Goss, Stephanie, that's the one I have that I can't find that, but yeah, it's like it's a little bit littler than your, or, same thing, but yes. Okay. Ooh. And so we just bring it in as close
So
to,
yeah, and when I get when I want to get into the really, really inner corner, I almost keep my eyes open and then just try to get as close to that. I like to bring it all the way down. I didn't used to do that, but I don't know. I feel like it does makes it look better for me anyways.
Yeah, I'm having the crepey eyeball like not knowing if I should be wearing eyeliner like that.
Well, again, here's the thing. There is no should.
Okay.
That's another thing. Like
Right.
if you go to, a counter, because I feel like I have clients all the time that they're like, well, I went to the counter at the mall or at Nordstrom or Saks, and they told me I should never wear shimmer again. Please tell me which counter you went to. I would love to go chat with that person because that is my biggest pet peeve. My biggest pet peeve is when people have the audacity to tell someone else what they should and shouldn't do with their own face.
Well, I was told not to wear eyeliner on the bottom, that it ages me. So for the longest time, I never did it. That I started YouTube and everybody's like, you're not connecting your eyes. You're not doing, So then I started wearing it again. But I was like, I was told that it's gonna, make me age me a million years. And we are using the Viseart. This is the neutral matte. That's what we're using. And this is one that Mandy's like, everybody can use it.
Everybody.
Everybody. Hello from Cape Cod.
Everybody.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Okay, so now I'm going to take, this is just fun. You don't have to do this, but I wanted to incorporate this really, really pretty, like orangey color.
Yeah.
And because I love warm shades, I love warm tones. And this is just a fun way to add a little bit more dimension. We're going to use this on the lower lash line too, but I'm going to take a little bit of a bigger brush. People are going to, feel like people are going to say, oh, I don't want to have to use that many brushes. You don't. You find out what works for you. Yeah. So this is actually the Wayne Goss number 5. And it's just a really skinny pencil brush.
Okay.
Yes. So I'm 58 years old and shimmer on my lid brightens my eyes so much more than all matte look. I just keep doing it. That's the thing. Just keep doing it. Who cares what other people think? The older I get, the less I care. And it's so liberating. It really is.
It is. That's so true. You reach a certain age and then you're like,
yeah, I'm good. Like, you keep on and I'll keep on. All right. So I'm going to put this like orangey shade. I'm just going to kind of put that on the tip of this pencil brush. I'm going to lay it on its side. Okay. And I am going to smoke out, just go back and forth over that brown liner. So 2 things it's going to do. It's going to warm it up. It's going to make it a little bit thicker. So if you don't like a thicker liner, it's not a thick, like harsh line. It's more of a smoky type of look.
I think that made it pop a lot. Like the warm on top, like bam.
And once we put the warm on the bottom, it's going to bring everything together and it's going to look so good. Oh, rest in peace. I hate when I lose eyelashes.
I love the who care. We're all agreeing. There was some birthday I remember where I was just like, you know what? This is the beauty of it, because
It really is. And I mean, I have 2 girls. They're 10 and 13. And despite I'll be 42 in a couple months. And despite that, I still very distinctly remember being 10 and 13.
Oh yeah.
And I would never have listened to my mom telling me this, but I just drill it into them. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what other people think, because they're going to think that regardless of what you do. But, they're 10 and 13. They're like, whatever, Mom. And you were just born yesterday. It's not like you went through middle school. You don't know.
We don't know anything.
Nothing. I'm like, okay, well, you'll figure it out. So you can just do that as much as you want. I like that color to be seen, so I go over a couple times.
I like that color a lot.
Yeah.
And I think if you've got green or hazel eyes, this is the color I felt like was like, I mean, it's probably on universal eyes.
Same for blue. I do feel like, though, it's really good. Like, people ask me all the time what my favorite colors are for all different color eyes. I think warm tones look good on every single eye color. Warm browns look good on blue, brown, caramel, hazel, green. They look good on everything. So if you're someone who doesn't typically lean towards warmer shades, I would look into them, because I feel like they really do universally make eye colors pop.
And I already like this eye look, honey.
And that's all we're gonna do on the top. So I feel like, yeah, obviously that took a longer time because we're talking through it, but we utilized quite a bit of color, but it wasn't hard, and it doesn't look like, oh, I'm scared to walk out of the house, right? It just, do you find that concealer helped you? I feel like it doesn't look flat at all.
I really like that, because that was what I was saying, as I, had tried to put on that first, and then then at the end it was kind of muddy.
Yeah. So I like to go backwards for that reason, just to make sure everything pops.
And you're getting asked if your girls are into makeup.
My youngest one is into it, but only if her friends are over. Because she likes to be like, oh, look, let's get our makeup done. Otherwise, she's with her daddy, wherever he is. And he's a big outdoors hunter. Yeah. Like, he's that kind of guy. So she's with him. My oldest, yes, she has her little IKEA vanity up in her room, and she gets ready every morning. She's like, I need to get up 30 minutes early. I'm like, you're wearing mascara and blush. Like, what do you need 30 minutes for? And she's like, no, I have to make it perfect. I'm like, who am I to tell you no?
Yeah, you're like, no. That's so cute.
Yes, she loves it. So she gets all of my hand-me-downs.
Yeah, I have the mini. Zoe and her friends like to come over to the mini Sephora.
Yeah. They always come in and they're like, what's new? And I'm like, I don't know. I can't keep track. Okay, so we're gonna take a break from the eyes.
Okay.
And we're gonna go back to the face.
Ooh,
so I don't know about you. You're probably way more lucky than me, but me looking under my eyes right now, they are a hot mess. Like I have so much concealer up in my creases. But that's why I like to let it sit.
Okay.
Because it's gonna do what it does.
Yeah.
The more time you allow it to do it. And then I like to take a fluffy synthetic brush. This is the BK Beauty 201. I forgot to tell you about this one. Fluffy. And the reason I like synthetic is because we're dealing with a liquid or cream, and that works better, in my opinion, than a natural hairbrush. And then I'm going to take that, and I'm going to get really up close, and I'm going to buff. This is one time I am going to buff. I'm going to buff all of that extra product out of those creases before we set it. Because obviously I don't need it. My eye kind of pushed it out because it didn't need it, right? And it was like, this is too much. So I'm going to take what my skin is telling me I don't need, and I'm going to take it away.
That's such a good tip right there.
It's not going to take coverage away, because what's sitting on top of the skin is still there. It's just that stuff that got in the places you don't want it in.
And I also like the sinking it. Like, I put on the foundation and let it sink for a few, because then I feel like that's where I will take the beauty blender and take
and if you do feel like, oh, I need to, I've got too much, you can take the beauty blender, or sometimes I like to really warm up my hands and then just press it into my skin, and my hands will pick up whatever didn't need to be there. So either one of those is fine. Now that I have buffed that out, do you set your under eyes? That's fine. I didn't think you did.
Okay, but just know, like, I'm 54 and I'm scared of any powder underneath my eyeballs, but maybe that's the key to keep it all together.
But here's the thing.
Are you using Kosas with this one?
I am using, this is a tiny little sample of the Ilia Soft Focus powder.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's what you were saying. Oh, shit.
Yes. But here's the thing. Do you feel like that your concealer creases like really bad throughout the day? No right or wrong answer. I'm just like, do you feel like
no, I probably just don't pay attention to it as much.
Well, then that probably means it doesn't, because I feel like if it did, you would notice it whether you wanted to pay attention to it.
Remember, I just use, like, I'm scared of concealer, so I don't use like a ton, or
Yeah. But if you don't feel like it creases and you don't feel like it disappears, but that's another thing, because your eyes don't have a ton of darkness. You don't use a ton, you probably don't notice it disappearing because there's not that much to go. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I need that coverage, so I can definitely see it disappearing throughout the day if I don't set it, and I can see it crunching and crinking and doing all that nasty stuff. I get these like I call them fish gills, like right in the inside of my eye. They're vertical, and my eyes scrunch up a certain way when I make expressions, and it will crease and crack within like 10 minutes if I don't set it. So that is why I choose to set it.
Okay? Yeah. No. I love it. And I'm scared of too much underneath my eyeballs. Or, if you've ever had your makeup done with too much, I'm like, oh my God, like I look 100 years old, because it's like,
because they cake it on. Yes.
Yeah, too much. And so I could see doing a little just to set everything. And yes, Thomas, my channel's Abby Bliss White.
Yes. Yay, if you do not follow her, you need to. So I like, and it also depends on what powder you choose. I love the Ilia Soft Focus. I love the Rare Beauty loose powder. I love the Pat McGrath under eye setting powder.
I got that because of you.
Yes,
because you told me, and you're like, that's one. And I do have to say that makes it's just for the underneath the eyes.
Just for under eyes.
Amazing.
And it's very finely milled. Yeah. That is where a talc-free powder would be good, because you're not having it. They're typically a little bit more finely milled. So whatever you want to do, but that's why I set mine under eyes. Okay, let's set the face, shall we? We are going to use a very oldie but goodie.
We were trying to decide. I was like, but this one actually, I've been back in love with this one, and it's good.
So this is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish. And do you use two?
I guess I use two.
It's the special edition, like limited packaging she had when I needed a refill. So
okay, you use one. This is so funny.
No, I use two.
Okay.
Yeah, I use two. One is also good to set the under eyes.
Okay.
Or like around, because it is a more finely milled powder. But I use two. This is one of my very favorite touch-up powders too. Like not only throughout the day, but if at the end, and I've talked about this on my channel before, if at the end of my makeup, I feel like I'm still a little too shiny, I will go in and just press this in the areas where I'm shiny. It takes it away for the entire day. There's just something magical about this powder. Oh, look, we're using the same brush. The Laverne powder brush.
I feel like I know this one. I feel like everybody. I use this every single day because it feels good.
Well, that, and it's it's no frills. It's no question. It's kind of like a dumb reach, right? Like you just don't. It's going to go with every foundation. Yeah. It's just going to work. And then I love a good loose powder, but pressed powder is definitely more easy to not have to worry about the mess.
Got me on wearing powder and concealer, and like I always skip that, and now I'm like, it makes the biggest difference in the world.
Again, depending on which one you get, right? Because there's some powders that.
What's a budget? What would be a good budget powder brush? Because yes, this is definitely
powder brush. Okay.
We buy this when it's on sale, guys. Like I bought it when it was on 20% off. and then love it, worth it. But what would you say? Refer has a good one.
Refer can be pretty expensive too. Sigma has a good one, and they're pretty. Look, I'll just get it. Well, I'll show you.
I really like the this is a Rowan Everything powder brush, which is not.
I haven't tried that one. That looks nice though. I like the size.
This one's not.
Sigma large powder brush I really like, and it's nowhere near the La Mer. Here's the thing with brushes. If you are looking to invest in starting a collection of some point, I personally feel like it's really good to put I'm not saying you can't get good brushes. Real Techniques, that's another one. The Real Techniques powder brush.
The Real Techniques in general, I think all of theirs, like for budget, like they're great.
So good. But also brushes don't go bad. They don't expire. You know what I mean? So if you do, it's like, yes, this was very expensive, but I probably had it for 6 years.
And I use it every single day. So every day. Totally, like literally that pays for itself.
Right. When nothing, I mean, I might have some eyeshadow palettes that are 6 years old, but I don't keep any of my liquid or cream products for that long. And I pay more for some of those than I did on that powder brush. So just puts it into perspective. Okay. We've done blush. So now we're going to do bronzer.
Ooh,
we went back and forth on bronzer too.
We went back and forth with a lot of things.
We did.
We both have a lot of makeup that were like, oh, and then of course I was like, ooh, I'll go buy that.
I know. She's like, I'll go buy what? We didn't have to buy anything, right? Well, I bought the blush just because I wanted it.
I bought the lipstick that we're going to use because I wanted it.
Well, then that's just one thing. That's not bad.
We each just bought one thing. Ooh, okay.
That's not bad. All right. So we're going to be using the newer Chanel Oversized Healthy Glow Sun-Kissed Powder. What shade do you have?
I've got it in the medium Sun-Kiss. And I think you
have
it in. What?
Why did they look so different?
I was going to say you guys, because even on yours looks like, I thought you did Sun Bath. No,
I have Sun-Kissed.
Okay. They look like a lot different.
They do. I don't know why.
I'm just proving though. Mine really does say Sun-Kissed. Right?
I know, because I thought you were lying. Yeah.
No, I'm saying my eyeballs could be wrong.
I'm kidding. Okay, what brush are you using for this?
I have the Kabuki.
Okay.
And it's so nice, but my favorite is the Sonia G Sculpt.
Okay. I am using my favorite at the moment, which is the Sigma F78 Ultimate Bronze Brush.
Ooh, so
that's what I'm.
A bigger.
It's It's kind of like the La Mer, but it's a little bit bigger.
I'm going to go ahead and use this guy then because we're going to bronze it up.
There can never be too much bronzer in my opinion. Now, I just like to, again, kind of stipple this in. I like to go low with my bronzer. Like, I just like a bronzed forehead. You don't technically need to go as low as I do, but again, it's what you prefer. I've had so many comments on my videos with like, wow, you used a lot of bronzer. I'm like, oh, you noticed. Thank you. I'm so glad you noticed that. I did.
Oh my God.
Y'all, if you could even see some of the comments that Abby and I delete.
Well, I laugh because that's one of the funny, she'll send it over.
Yeah, we text each other screenshots of these comments and then before we delete them, just so we can have a good laugh.
She's like, for the most part, I would say both of our communities are very
yes, 100%.
But it is YouTube and but there's some goodies, I have to say.
Somewhere I'm like, this can't be real. Okay, so I go all the way down my neck just because I like, again, to be super bronzed.
I feel like it could be my lighting too, to be honest with you.
But see how I'm just stippling, like just tapping it on.
I'm going to be a bronze
goddess.
I mean, exactly. And you guys, it's hot here. It's like hot, like 100.
Yeah, so, it is. It's actually only going to be 86 here today, which is crazy. It's because it's been raining. But we've been in the heat index of 100 for a while. It's ridiculous.
Okay, I have to say we both really like the bronzer.
Yes. Like you can't
So,
even
like
see
this
some of the
is
quilted design because I've used it so much.
uh,
Love it.
okay.
Love it. Okay. I'm getting up again because this is just how we do. And I didn't tell you about this part, but I do it every day. So I don't know why. You have the Hourglass ambient powders, right?
Yes, and I was even when we were saying about the powder, you know, we were going back and
Yes.
forth about powders because we had one anyways. And I was like, "Oh, I should have said that one because I've been so in love with those."
Okay, so grab yours, and then do you have a duo fiber brush? Something like that?
Yes, probably.
Okay,
Yeah.
grab that too. Oh, please. Oh, perfect timing. Okay, yes, perfect. Okay.
And I love this because this was true. I don't know about you guys, but I was a brownie, and it says, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. And I was like, hello, exactly. That's what
I was a brownie. I was a Girl Scout. My mama told me that all growing up. Like,
okay, wait, should I not use this one?
no,
I
you
should
can use
use
that one. You can
oh,
use
wait,
that
am
one.
I not which one are you using?
I'm using Radiant Light, but you can use any of those. You can
Okay.
mix them all together for
I
what we're
just
doing.
mix them
Yeah.
together.
Yeah, that's fine. I use
Okay.
Radiant Light. So this is how I use this product.
Okay.
I will take a duo fiber brush or some kind of fluffy brush, and I will load this powder on it. Load.
I go like this. Oops.
Okay. Yeah.
As I go in the mirror. Okay. Load her up.
And then I take it and I hold it close to the, to the bristles because I want a good amount of pressure, and I will go to town all over my face. Just buff all of those products. And this is when I like to buff. The rest I like to kind of stipple. This
And I feel like this like blends everything together.
It takes away all the harsh lines because it's such a beautiful powder. It kind of gives a filter to the skin.
Yeah.
I don't go on my forehead because this has a little bit of a sheen to it, and I don't personally like sheen on my forehead, but you can.
I guess I like sheen.
That's fine.
No,
and
no, I don't. Okay, but this is good because I was going to say this is something I love to use.
Yes.
Like I've had a resurgence of love.
Yes.
And I love Hourglass.
And there's something about, it's just something about what it does to the skin when you do that.
Yes. Yes. Okay. They're like, bless your hearts.
Oh, that is the worst put down you can give to someone in the South. Like if you are really mad at somebody, you just bless your heart. Like, because you don't really mean it. All right.
So, and I think just as an aside, I think it looks good on everybody's skin, but if you are more mature, like this was game changer. Again, you guys, I didn't wear powders for the longest time, and I ended up, I think this might have been when it changed my mind because I was like, holy moly, it makes my skin look so, it didn't look, I just really like
it doesn't look like powder at all.
No.
And you could also set your under eyes with that. It's pretty.
There we go.
Yep. Okay, let's go on to highlight.
Yes.
Okay. This is probably my favorite cream highlighter. Well, it's tied with the Merit. Have you tried the Merit cream highlighter?
I like that one too.
I just love a cream highlight. But this is the Lila B Glisten and Glow Skin Illuminator in Be Enchanting. So
mine's a little broken.
Oh, well, that's okay. It'll still work.
You guys, I just smush it back in. I don't even worry about it.
Yeah. I love a cream highlight. I love the fact that all the cream highlights I like, you can put over powder, no issue. It's not going to mess it up.
And I prefer cream highlighter too.
It just look pretty. I don't dislike powders. I still have a lot of powders that I love in my collection and use, but this cream I reach for like 75% of the time. So what I like to do is I like to take these two fingers, so my middle finger and my ring finger.
Okay.
Get it on those two fingers. And then start right up on the cheekbone on your hairline. Okay. And just gently tap it in. And I really don't come farther than like the outside, no farther than the middle of my eye. But really like the out, yeah, like about right there. And then just tap it in and look at that. Oh,
so pretty.
Pretty. I love a highlighter moment. I just feel like it makes a look.
And the cream highlighter, then it just smooshes into the skin, and
It
then
does.
it looks
and
so
look, I mean,
pretty. Whoa, you're like, honestly, you have like the prettiest glass skin. Yeah, smash it back in. That's what I did.
Smash it in. But it doesn't mess up like the powder underneath or anything like that. Now, if you want it to come lower, you can. It'll give your cheeks a little bit of a flush. I think I came a little bit lower down on this side than I did the other. But I don't care. I mean,
they will be, the live will be saved. So you can definitely go back and watch it. Yee!
I love this highlighter so much. And I don't feel like, somebody had asked me before, like there's a little bit of glitter when you look at it in the pan, but I don't feel like it really comes off on the face. Do you?
Because if you swatched it in the store, I could see where people would be like, oh, I don't want
But it doesn't translate.
No, not at all.
On the skin. Okay, I'm glad you don't see that either.
No, and I'm not like, that I don't want to look like I have like a bunch of glitter.
You don't want to be glitter bomb. Yeah. Not at all. Okay, so let's finish up the eyes real easy like and take our Rephr number 14 brush. So this is like, it's a skinny, fluffy brush. And these are the kind that I like to use underneath my eyes. And I'm going to take this shade right here, that orangey shade. I'm going to get a good amount. What are we laughing at? I need to look at the comments.
I just did the tapping like you because I wanted to be like a pro.
Tap. And then take it under the eyes and go back and forth. And honestly, I don't use a mirror for this because I just like to look up and really do it as many times as you think you need to, and then just keep doing it. And I love it.
It makes your eyeballs look, I mean, my gosh.
A lot of people feel like, so here's the thing. Sometimes putting liner under, depending on your eye shape, can drag the eye down, depending on your eye shape sometimes, and also depending on the color. When you use eyeshadow, in my opinion, it makes the eye look bigger. There's something about it that makes it look more rounded and a little bit bigger. So I like to go pretty far down. You don't have to. You could definitely use something like the pencil brush that I used on the top, the Wayne Goss pencil brush. But I like
whenever I see, like, watch tutorials and the girls do this, I always think it looks so amazing on them. Like, like you literally, your eyes are like, bam.
But it looks, do you like it on you?
I'm learning. Yeah. I kind of felt like at first it made me look tired, but I think.
Oh, I had somebody tell me it looked tired.
Once I put on mascara, like that's
the thing. Mascara and lips is it's gonna change the whole game.
Like
anyway,
changes so I can't judge until the eyeballs are on, and that's mascara.
Right.
Okay, but this is good to know because you use a little bit thicker of a.
I do. I like to use a little bit of a bigger brush and go farther down because I like that personally. If you don't, then you could definitely use, like I said, that Wayne Goss, something smaller. Another reason I like to go down a little bit farther is because it covers a lot of stuff under my eyes that I don't want to be seen, because that's where our fine lines are the most, right?
Yeah.
Doing this, it completely camouflages it and you just can't see it. So
I'm learning from the expert, guys.
And then the final thing for our eyes, because I know we all like a little bit of shimmer, at least Abby and I do, is we're going to take a shimmer shadow. Which one did you pick out?
You know what? I ended up just pulling out a luminizer thing.
Yep, that's fine.
Okay.
I have the Cheetah from Chantal.
I love Cheetah, you guys, but I literally think I must be, that's like the one I use the most. But then, of course, when I have to find it before our thing, I can't find it. So,
that's so funny. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of a detail brush. This is the old Pro Shader 18 from Sephora. And when I say old, it's because they reformulated all of their Pro brushes. Reformulated. That's not right. You don't have a formula for brush, but you know what I mean. They redid them a little bit.
And you're going to put it in that inner.
I put it pretty heavy on the inner corner. I like a little bit of it to come down right here so that it can be seen, because I have very deep set eyes and sometimes it can get hidden. Like if I only put it right in that middle, sometimes you can't see it when I look straight ahead. So I like to bring a little bit of it. Like, see how it's brought a little bit underneath?
Yeah.
This is a way to incorporate shimmer if you're not comfortable with it, but you like the idea of it, to put a little bit on the inner corner. And I like a shimmery brow bone. I don't care what anybody says. There's people that say you don't ever put shimmer under the eyebrow or brow bone. And then I say, yes, I do.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. That you what? You didn't know that you...
Oh, I didn't know that people said not to put shimmer on the brow. Anyways, I thought it was supposed to make me look put a little light.
Well, and if you don't like shimmer on the brow, then you could definitely go take this whiter color.
Yeah.
And do that if you want to do a matte. I'm going to grab my eyelash curler. I forgot.
We are reading comments on the side over here. So we're reading on the chats when we're doing the live. That's the way this one's working. Someone's asking, is this a live? Are they reading?
I have to go to a different screen to read the chat because I am on my phone, not my computer.
Yes. We're multitasking, trying to get ready together and
chat with y'all.
Yes, exactly.
So this part, if you do have any questions, this is a good time to ask them, because I feel like it's mascara and we all know how to put mascara on, right?
And it's so individual.
It really is.
I never do it on camera because I take like 10 minutes.
It's repetitive, I feel like.
Yeah.
I use a different one for my under eyes. I use the matte Giga Black Flash because I love the brush. But I also, it's a tubing mascara. So if you ever have issues with like smudging underneath, the tubing mascara will keep that from happening. So,
and then, so you do use a primer.
I do use a primer. Yes.
I'm going to do, you guys, I want to be extra. I mean, I don't have it today, but I want to start doing that. Well, I'm just using my, I'm so boring because I always use Faux Seal's Longest Lash Mascara, but I do really love Chanel and I love their La Base. So I'm thinking of doing that duo together, or the L'Oreal one, because Zoe has that, but I don't want to use anybody else's eye stuff on my eyes.
Here's a tip though. As far as primer goes, I have tried them all. I've tried the Chanel. I have tried the Lancome. I've tried the Dior. I've tried all of the like more expensive ones. The L'Oreal Voluminous Primer,
which I love. L'Oreal
just as good, if not better than those, and obviously way less expensive.
And I also find, well, that L'Oreal Voluminous was just, I always have a tube of that.
Okay, you know what you need to get in that, especially with your hazel
carbon
eyes.
Black?
No, the burgundy one.
Ooh.
It is gorgeous. And with your hazel eyes, it would look so good. They have like a navy and a green, but the burgundy is so pretty.
And I was, you guys, this is reminding me of high school, but that's when all the colored mascaras.
Yeah.
And I loved it. That was so fun.
Okay, I'm tight lining.
Oops, already? Wait, you already put on
I like to do it before I like to do it in between primer and mascara.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm using the Pixie Endless Silky Eye Pen. Probably this is the 25th pencil I've gone through. I just opened this one. It's all I use to tightline. I use it every single day, regardless of if I wear makeup, regardless of if I even wear mascara. I will put this on.
I was gonna say, I think everybody knows you do it because it's sold out at Target.
Oh, is it?
I was
Well,
like,
they sell it at Ulta. I have it
oh, they
listed.
do.
I have it
Okay.
linked on my. I'll have it linked on my video and at Ulta.
Okay,
So.
because I was laughing. I went to go look for it, and I was like, it like literally is sold out of the. I was like, oh, I bet it's because of Mandy's tutorial.
Well, and they have different shades too. Um,
And
I
wait,
have
do
the
you
black
like this
one.
silky black?
I have, yeah, it's called Black Noir, is what
Okay.
it's called. But they have like a really pretty taupe color that I have in my kit.
She prefers, it says, Mandy, do you prefer Essence or L'Oreal lash primer? I think L'Oreal.
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 Yep, I tried the Essence, but I prefer L'Oreal. Essence does have some good mascaras for pretty much cheaper than you'll find anywhere but at the dollar store. I feel like they're like $4.99 and they are really good quality. But as far as the primers go, I do prefer the L'Oreal.
And someone's asking, should everybody use an eyelash curler regardless of their lashes?
No, because some people have naturally curly lashes.
Yeah.
And if you are that person and you have naturally curly lashes and then go in and curl them more, it's going to be almost impossible to coat them entirely with mascara because the tips will basically be touching your eyeball or your eyelid. So if you have those naturally luscious curly lashes, no, I do not think. I think it actually can do more harm than good curling those. But otherwise, I do think it goes a long way to make you look more awake. Because again, even when I don't want to wear mascara, say I'm getting up and I'm going straight to work out, I will curl my lashes, tight line, put on some lip gloss and SPF and be good to go. And it looks like I've had 3 hours more sleep.
I love it, Anne. Thank you. It's because of Mandy. Okay, wait. If I'm taking tight line, wait for this to dry a minute. And then just
you don't have to, but the reason that I like to put it on in between is because sometimes if the mascara is a little like hasn't dried down, it can catch your lashes and kind of clump them together. Does that make sense?
Yep.
So that's why I like to kind of do it in between.
I missed it, but can you just, I'm sorry, when you tight line,
yep.
Everybody has their own way of doing it, but do you do,
I just,
or do you lift your eyeball up? Okay,
I look down. I always look down and I don't even know why I'm holding a mirror. Cause again, it's something I don't need a mirror for. I just look down.
Yeah.
And then do it. Go back
and black. So then that's how.
That's what I feel like. If you're using, especially a black mascara, using that black is I mean, the whole purpose of tight lining is to make the lash line look super full and thick, which in turn makes your lashes look super full and thick. And as we age, it's really weird, but it happens to almost, it's happening to me. I see it on my clients that are older than me. It kind of flips up a little bit, our eye, and that portion of our eye, that little strip that our eyelashes grow out of, becomes more prominent to the eye as we get older. So that's why I just love tight lining.
Okay, good. And then sometimes if I do that, then a little bit of that will get down on my bottom.
And you can take a Q-tip.
Yeah.
And just take that off. I don't ever have that issue, rarely. But if I do, then yeah, you can just take a Q-tip in your lash line.
Again, user error.
No, it's not user error.
No. But then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, I didn't want the black.
Well, and that depends too. Like it makes a difference. The formula. That's why I like the Pixie, because on me, it absolutely does not budge. It will be as black as it is now when I go to wash my face tonight.
Okay, good.
It just does not fade or budge or do anything.
I love it. I've been some they're following along with this, so that's kind of cute. Yay! Okay. You do you. I'm just doing a little bit of
Let me see. Yeah, you keep doing that. I'm going to check something real quick. Are there any other questions? Somebody asked about a color.
Yeah, say what is the taupe color you're referring to, Mandy? Mandy, you use that. She's
opening my kit right now so I can get it.
Isn't it fun to have the expert in the house, friends?
It's actually called matte mulberry.
Ooh.
So let me swatch it. It's like a brownish, purplish taupey color.
Ooh, that's so pretty.
See the outside of it? That's kind of what it looks like. It has a little bit of a cool undertone to it. Hence the name mulberry. So I like that one too. I like this one as like a smudged out liner. Also, don't you love my chair?
I do. I like
it's so loud and it's becoming increasingly hard to film in this thing. Okay.
Hello, Lisa.
All right. So all we have left is lips.
Yeah, baby. I'm loving this. Okay. Oh.
Yes. So I sent the picture. Abby was like, send me a picture. Look, I just tried to wipe that off, by the way, and look at how it's staying on my hand. That's why I love the pixies. They just don't budge on me. I sent her the picture for the thumbnail that she so graciously made. I don't know how to do any of this. Like when she sets up a live, she's like, I'll handle it. And I'm like, good, because it wouldn't happen if it were up.
I'm just so happy. We've been like talking, or I was like, I need your help. So thank you for coming to do this.
I mean, I don't feel like you look just as good as you always do. So
I need that. But I was laughing. I was like, what lip is that? And I was like, I want to
So she asked me, she was like, what lip do you have? So I went back and found it. And that's what we're going to use today. So we're going to line our lips first with the BK Beauty lip liner in Warm Spice.
Yep. And we both love
I love it.
Her lipsticks are so good too.
They are. What's the one I love the most? Acceptance. Acceptance is my favorite.
Oh yeah, it's probably
peachy nude.
My favorite eyeliner. Somebody's asking today. I use the Chantecaille and Raven, but I'm gonna go get the Pixie.
Well, and if I'm using, if I want to smudge something out, I love the Chantecaille and Jasper. That's my favorite.
I got Jasper. I put that. Okay. So yeah, she
no right or wrong way to line your lips. It just depends on if you're wanting to keep your lip shape or if you want to make them bigger.
I should make mine bigger, but then I always feel fake. So I don't have big lips. I just do the natural.
Here's the thing with making them bigger. When clients ask me if I'm doing a photo shoot, I have no issue making them bigger.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm doing a wedding, I don't have an issue if that's what you want. The problem is you're going to have to continue to keep that shape. Oh, yeah. Here. Every time you touch up your lipstick.
Yes.
If you're at an event, it's not always that easy. So.
Yeah. No, and I also just sometimes like, what if I smudge? You can feel your natural lips versus, I don't know. That's just my own personal, people have asked before, but I just do with whatever you're comfortable and what makes you feel comfortable. I think so.
And that's what you do. Okay. And then this is one of my favorite lipsticks of all time. I told Abby, I'm like, you have to have this color. I showed her, like, this is all the way down. You can hardly see it. I've used so much of it.
Mine's fresh, everybody.
Yes. It's so pretty. I love a fresh lipstick.
And these are so, we both like the Power Lip.
Yes. This is the Armani Power Lip.
And so then I was laughing. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to run down and get that color. Cause I was like, what lip? But you know what? It's because of the lip liner.
Yeah. It makes, but that's why I like this shade so much, because you basically can make it whatever shade you want. It's just a really pretty nude shade, but depending on if you want it pinkier, use a pink lip liner. If you want it darker, use a darker lip liner.
Everybody, you guys, it's so pretty. And I was a little worried. Some of the colors I worry wash me out. This does not. Like, it's such a good, and like you said, you can play up with the lip liner.
Yep. And
this is when I put it on. I was like, "Ooh, I get to look like Mandy."
Because I am a nude lip lover. If you watch my channel, please, if you're new to my channel, do not come for different lip looks. It's going to be a nude lip 95% of the time.
That is both really like, nude lips. And that's why we were laughing. I was like, well, yeah. She's like, well, I bet you have something in your collection. Like, I was like, nope, I need to go get the exact color. This is so good, you guys. This one is 102
Romanza. Yep. 102 Romanza.
And we have everything linked below, you guys.
Yes.
this, I would tell you if you're gonna get anything, I fell in
So
love with
pretty.
it. So good.
And I like the formula because I'm a gloss girl. Okay.
So
I
am I.
love a gloss, and rarely do I wear lipstick out without a gloss. I do not have to put a gloss over this. It doesn't mean that sometimes I don't, but it's a very moisturizing, almost balmy formula, and it gives a little bit of a sheen without a gloss.
And I do not, I'm like her. I'm a lip gloss girl. Like
Yes.
I'm about to do a whole roundup of all my favorite.
Yeah.
Because I was like realizing, but I buy lipstick, but on the day-to-day basis, you guys rarely like I wear lip gloss
Lip
or the
gloss.
glossy lipsticks that are really kind of just the, it's a lip gloss and a lipstick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know she's saying I'm scared of a nude lip because I think I'm gonna look like a corpse, but I swear it has to do with this combo because we did warm spice. This is where you have to wear a lip liner. Would you say what you're gonna do?
Well, I don't all the time because here's the thing with nude lips. When you say nude lip, it could be 500 different tones can be placed under the nude lip category, because what a nude lip is to me is going to make somebody else look like a corpse, or it's going to be too dark on somebody else, or it depends on your skin tone. It depends on what you look better in. I personally feel like I look better in neutral and cool nudes. The more peachy nudes, I have a couple of peachy nudes that I like, but rarely do I reach for that when I'm purchasing, because it doesn't look as good on my skin tone. Whereas the neutral and pinks do. Everybody's going to be different in what nude they're going to look good in, right?
And some of those peachy ones are so pretty on some people, and
pretty
on myself, and I'm like, or like my mom was a big coral. Like there's some that I just like, even if it doesn't look bad, I don't know,
You're not as comfortable with it. And that's the thing. My nude lip may be totally different than your nude lip, but they're still both nude lips, if that makes sense. So you could go 2 shades darker than this, and it could, depending on your skin tone, still look like a nude lip. Or you might just not feel comfortable in nude lips, and that's okay. There's not, I don't feel comfortable in red lips, and other people can rock it and look amazing in it. It's okay. It falls under that, not everybody's going to love everything.
No. I'm loving it, lady. Ooh, okay.
So the only other thing I'm going to do, which again, I didn't tell you about, I'm going to spray with some Chantecaille rose water. I know you have that within reach, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Like, I knew we were going to do something like that. I guess
Well, I just forgot. I had it sitting in front of me and I forgot to tell you. It's so refreshing.
And it makes I always have to do it for my, this is how I fix my hair every day. I tried to curl my hair for you guys today, but
that's funny. It looks great.
Hold on, I gotta delete some naked stuff is coming.
Some spam.
But that's okay. We got it. Okay.
So we are technically done with the face. I know that took a while, but I could talk to Abby all day about this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Let us know if you have any questions, but I think we are going to end with a perfume because we can't not, right?
Yeah, this is probably what we talk about most.
The most.
No, well, we talk about it all, but
yeah, but we love some fragrance. And I think, spoiler alert, we're going to start a live series, monthly series on fragrances, and that'll be starting in September. So be sure to stay for that. It'll be like a monthly podcast. On YouTube.
I don't know how to do a podcast because
who said maybe it'll turn into that? Who knows? I think that would be so much fun.
We talk about it on the daily, so I thought it was kind of funny. And then I was like, we need to do that. Okay, so we each picked out each other's fragrances.
Yes, so I chose one for Abby, and she chose one for me. And I told her, I said, I know that I'm going to pick a Chanel fragrance for you. I know that because I know what it means to her and the connection that it has, the sentimental connection it has to her mom. And I just was like, it has to be a Chanel. So the one we're doing Messia, right?
What's that? Yeah.
Okay. I don't even know if that's how you pronounce it, but the one that is on my wish list from Chanel I have a lot, but this is, I chose Messia, I think is how you pronounce it.
Is that
Messia?
I know, I'm glad you said it because I call it Misha's, but
Misha. It
it
maybe it's
no,
Misha.
I don't know either. So this is one where we get in trouble for not having the pronunciation right, but I will look it up. I didn't. Either way, you guys, Misia
Yes.
is the name of it. So yes, I'm so excited because okay, go ahead. Did you want to explain?
No, that's just because you can tell them what it smells like, but this, it's right up my alley. It seems very appropriate for Abby, and I was like, this, it's
And
what I want
then
you to use.
for Mandy, I picked out one of my like oldies but goodies. I think that did we talk about? I was like, okay, so she's totally in love with tuberose right now, and
My
you know,
favorite note in
I
perfumes.
wore tons of heady tuberoses and back in the day, and one of my favorites ever was Fracas. And so I was like, you have to get it.
Which
Do you
I did. I've had it for a couple months, but
yeah.
yes,
But do you agree that it's like one of it's masterpiece in
it
my
is vintage masterpiece because this
yeah,
is a vintage perfume. I feel like
it's
early 1900s, and then
it's
they reformulated it in the 80s.
80s,
Um,
honey.
but it's vintage. I love a good vintage. I'm in a
She
vintage
does.
stage. This is like knock
Um,
you down. Like you
this
have to, this is a confident, like I want to feel confident. I want to just not care because I really don't. I say over and over, like I wear perfume for myself, not
yeah.
for other people. Um, and it's so pretty. It has 24 notes in it. Did you know that when I looked it up on
Yeah.
Ferrana?
Well, I laugh because this I'm saying this is like, back in the 80s, early 90s, you guys, you know how it was like bam with
Mhm.
that's what I would wear, like carnal flowers and
Love Carnal Flower.
Frances and like so I was laughing when she was like, I'm really into but it tuberose is in there. To me, that's a tube.
Oh,
When
it's a
she
tuberose. It is. You have to like tuberose. If you don't like tuberose, don't even think about like sampling it, like because you're not gonna like it.
yeah, it's not gonna be for you, and you need to be a floral, like, you wanna
Yep.
I'm like, okay, I'm
Okay,
in
tell everybody what that smells like.
okay. So, first of all, I'm in Paris. It smells like French to me,
Hmm.
but this is your lipsticky vintage cosmetic lipstick scent, and I laugh because this one has aldehydes in it.
Love
And
aldehydes.
so that's so when you first get it, you're gonna have that Chanel DNA, that kinda aldehyde. And then somebody was talking about how this described as lipstick rose I just got from Frederick Mall,
Hmm.
and
Which I
it's like
also love.
very yeah, and mix it with La Pasa from Chanel. That's another one of
Okay.
the exclusives, and I
Yep.
put those together, and that is what it smells like, and it just feels very I feel a little chic, and I have my chic eye look on from Mandy and my nude lip, like, this is all coming
I
together.
love a lipstick scent.
I
I
mean,
love a
that's
lipstick scent.
I have you do you have a sample of it? Oh, it's on
No,
your list. Okay.
it's on my
Mm,
list. Yeah, it's
okay,
probably
well
gonna be one that I blind buy honestly when I get around to it
okay, good.
because you'll tell
Yeah,
me whether or not you think I need it.
I mean, I have to say if you like lipstick rose,
I
this
do
one's
like lipstick
gonna have a
rose.
little bit more of a, French vintagey wait, hold on, mi she's gonna help us. I think it's
Oh,
pronounced
Messia,
Messia, Mes
Messia,
Messia.
like
Like,
Misha,
I missed
Miss,
you. Missed you.
Miss.
Oh my
Y'all, I'm from
this is
Nashville. Can you tell? I'm like Miss, Miss, like
and I
the
love
M one.
the Kate, she's like Joy by Jean Patou. That one is what my grandma wore. So I always like Joy is like, and she was the one I always talk about that influenced me because she did not come out of the house, ladies, without like the whole,
That
she was dressed to the nines, mink coat.
yes.
And then I do have one funny, like she got stopped, like she liked to speed around and she got stopped and then she told the cop we were in the backseat, "Oh, Sonny, I can't possibly pay the ticket." And I'm like, "Okay, you're dressed into the nines with your you know, she was like, "Oh, Sunny," you know, and I like, you know, she was one of those like, you know,
Yeah.
I'm gonna live life.
My mom's mom was like that. She had a silk pantsuit on
Yes.
and her hair and makeup on to go to
Yeah.
Publix, like because
Yes.
she was in Florida. So really back then it was Winn-Dixie. And and when I used to fly down there by myself when I was younger to stay with them and in the summer. And yeah, I think everybody kind of dressed a little bit more when they were
Yeah.
flying back then. It was the thing. But if I did not show up in my Sunday best,
You
I was
were
going to get in trouble from her.
yeah.
Like I had to have on like heels and a dress and like you don't get, I mean, it just was not acceptable to her.
I was scared of her. Like she was sort of blunt and a little bit mean. She was also the life of the party. But anyways, that always reminds me that she was gonna that smell will always remind me of that. Ugh,
okay, someone else said it's pronounced miss ya. See, I can say that. Miss ya.
Missed ya. Okay, I like that. Missed ya.
Yeah. Okay.
And when we actually do our little series with our fragrance, we will have done some research on the. I'm still even, you guys. I can like do the.
I can do the pronunciation, and I still can't make my.
And then say it incorrectly.
I know.
We try, but I think yeah, it's almost like it's So I apologize. That's when I'll just flash it up there. Up here she is. She's actually from Paris.
Messia or Messi. This is. I'm just gonna put it up on the screen whenever I talk about it. This one. This is the one I'm talking about.
So do you smell yum?
Oh, I smell so yum.
Okay.
Yeah. And this is one that I feel like smells better the longer it's on you.
Yeah. At first it comes out.
At first spray, it can be like, oh my goodness. But that only lasts for like 1 minute. And it's very green upon first spray. And I'm not big on green fragrances. Oh, it smells so good though now.
But then once I feel like that one's compliment getter galore. No,
well, because everybody can smell it.
Everybody's gonna smell you.
You don't need a lot, like 2, 3 sprays tops, and you're good to go for the day.
And I wore this yesterday just to give a little. And it was funny how the dry down, like the aldehydes aldehydes to me smell like champagne, like a little
very fizzy.
Yeah. And then when it dried down, a little bit more of that irisy rose came out. Like it's very soft, but by the end of it, you guys, you get little wafts. So even if you can't, it's not going to be like what she's wearing. This one's going to be, so.
Is it a fresh picked rose?
No, you're not going to even, this is going to be.
You know how I am about that. I don't like that.
Yeah, no, this is not.
I like a jammy rose.
Yeah, no, this one is going to be a little more airy. Like if you the lipsticky, you're gonna get that good. It's not quite as waxy, like a vintage lipstick. That's all.
Okay. I just need to go to the Chanel counter and try it.
I have guess what? I've got one. I'll send it to you. I have a. I will send you. You know what? We'll do a little exchange. I've got some.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'll send you some, girl. This is so exciting. So definitely, if you care about fragrance at all,
yes,
don't miss out on I think we're gonna do it the first week of September, and we've already got the theme and everything.
So. We already have the theme, and we both are like kind of like passionate about it, so we're gonna have a little fun.
Very, very. Are you frozen? I think you're frozen on my end. Are you there, or am I frozen? Okay, well, hopefully she will get back on.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is. Okay. Well, thank you so much for joining us.
Mandy, thank you. I can't wait to
I hope you learned something. I told her, I was like, I don't think you're going to learn anything. I think the way you do makeup is fabulous. So.
No, I totally did. And the thing is, I really like a lot. You shared so many amazing tips, but also I can't wait to do it like when I'm not multi.
Right.
And get the brushes that I'm going to rewatch too, guys. But it was just really like exactly what I needed. And I'm so glad I got this. And I just wanted to say thank you because I got it. And I was like, would you mind
And I'll never say no to a live with Abby. So it was great.
I love you. You guys are so amazing.
Thanks, everyone.
You guys, thanks for coming. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.